We're going to be playing Don't Eat the Cashier. We have played this before. So I'm going to give you guys a refresher on what this game is about before we dive in, because it has been a minute since we played. This game was developed by Meloff for Spooktober Jam, this year's Spooktober Jam. And congrats! You've just landed a night shift at a gas station for minimum wage. Spooky enough already. But your customers tonight aren't exactly human. Meet talkative monsters, flirt with an eldritch being, pet a werewolf, and try not to end up on the menu. Your choices shape relationships and endings, from romantic to nightmarish. And so far, we have already romanced the hot jester. So now I'm curious to see the other characters we can romance. So we're gonna do one more. So yeah, let's play Don't Eat the Cashier. So we're about to meet another character that we can potentially romance. Steps, another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. All right. Oh, is that blood? What? He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil and delicate lilies on his way. Oh, I'm sorry, are they a zombie? They're kind of hot. He is not just unwell. He looks like hell, literally. All the skin on the left side is torn off from his jaw to his temple. Ooh. I mean, it's nasty, but I would still smash. I swallow nervously. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been through? He looks like someone who could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. You look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. The Terminator who just wrecked my entire floor. Give him a thumbs up. How's life, sir? Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. We're gonna die. Okay. When will the Lord take my sinful soul? Breaks down in tears. You don't want to work here anymore. I forgot how funny these choices are. They're funny. I'm torn between, well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks, and you look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. Flattery. He lets out a gurgling, raspy laugh. You don't want to know what the other fighter looks like? Oh. No? Nope. Honestly, I really don't want to know. My inner archive labeled, I don't want to know this, is at risk of bursting from the overflow tonight. Words clearly come to him with great difficulty, which is probably not surprising for a man without half a face. He clears his throat, but that doesn't help much. Oh, baby. Don't look at me like that. You're fine. Oh, you need blood? I got a vein. Right here. Fresh from the tap. I would have died in 5 minutes. He tried to smile. It would be charming if he still had all the necessary muscles for that. Now it will haunt me in my nightmares, among other things. I mean, speak for yourself. The smile is it's working for me. It's kind of hot. The client pauses again, briefly to clear his throat. Mine? Recoil in horror. What? Shut up. Girl, bye. I don't do transfusions here. No IV drips, just discount rod. How about tomato juice? Strong vintage. Let me see what we have. Oh, let's see what we got. Yeah, good choice, babe. Step to the storage. Oh, oh my God. They called me bae. Sorry. Just in case. Ooh! He suddenly leans forward, boring into me with his remaining eye. I mean, it's a very beautiful blue eye. Go and find me some goddamn blood. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Go find the damn blood. Go find the damn blood. Go find the damn blood. There's only one answer. Go find the damn blood. A strange pressure builds in my head, and the edges of my vision blur. An unyielding command blossoms in the center of my mind. I don't know why, but I feel an incredibly strong urge to find blood right now. My client is covered in blood, but still hungry. Maybe he fought with something inedible. Or is it his own? I found myself in the storage room, a tangled labyrinth of shelves reaching up to the ceiling, stuffed with boxes, crates, and mysterious cans. In the corner, something rustled and snorted suspiciously. So where could the blood be? I need to think fast. He's not going to wait forever. Right now, I'm at the very beginning of this crazy place. Scream, Bob, where's the blood? Go to the food for mouth section. Go to the section supplies for self-propelling gearbox. Go to the section foaming body washes for leather bags. Items that inspire pensiveness. What the hell? Go to food for mouth section. Jesus. These signs are driving me insane. I really hope my manager will eventually learn English properly. No. It's reminding you of Doki Doki. Nothing prepared me for Doki Doki Literature Club. I was not ready. I'm surrounded by pure madness of anxious packaging, and even in front of the department entrances, there's some baby food for cyborgs piled up. I'm frantically trying to decipher the crooked inscriptions. In front of me are sections with food for mouth. Dense energy blocks for chewing, infused nutritional flows, food afraid of heat. What the fuck? Infused nutritional flows? You don't chew blood, right? Or maybe you, I don't know. No. Here are endless shelves of drinks. Next to Coca-Cola are bottles labeled Liquid Regret and Primordial Broth, now with nucleotides. Oh! Cans labeled Brapsi, Vodka, Slolneko. I don't know. I'd love to meet the person who came up with these names. I would as well. How about fuck this shit, I'm out? No. We gotta go. Full steam ahead. I check each shelf, pushing aside cans of essence of shits and giggles, but find nothing resembling blood. The closest thing is liquid hematidin in a giant wooden container. It smells worse than it looks. I go back. I hear knocking. It's the dry, rhythmic tapping of knuckles on the laminated countertops. It's not loud, but persistent and full of irritation. In front of me are sections with food for mouth. We're gonna go with food afraid of heat. The coldest corner of the store. Large freezer chests and refrigerators with glass doors are covered in frost. Next to the frozen pizza are gremlin cryo capsules, and among the buckets of ice cream, you can find flavors like minty tritium and liquid family. I'm sorry, what? A huge freezer chamber. Matter of lesser life forms, spare parts of human organisms, products of animal fauna, exploitation with fruit pieces. What? What is that last one? It's either matter of lesser life forms or spare parts of human organisms. I'm gonna go with matter of lesser life forms. Yeah, that seems like it might be it. But it could be spare parts of human organisms, but I don't think they would consider blood as a spare part. I think they'd be like feet and eyeballs, so. Anyway. Bingo, there's animal blood here. Let's go. Take the bag labeled oink, oink, oink. Take the delicious fat rat integrity 87% running across the floor. Perhaps it's not a good idea to feed him animal blood. Look for another option. Pig's blood? Oink, oink, motherfucker. I grab a hefty plastic bag filled with dark, thick liquid. I hope it's especially nutritious, exquisite blood from a pig that loved truffles, but more likely it enjoyed rolling in the mud. Perhaps that gives its blood a special hint of zest. Or parasites. Either way, the pig and I are leaving. He abruptly lifts his head as I approach. You could have hurried up. He grumbles, but his tone reveals that he feels relief. The search could have taken even longer. Now hand over that damn blood. Ooh! He just tears into my oink oink with his teeth. No glass or pinky out. I like it when you go rough. Okay. Blood trickles down his chin, staining the already beleaguered floor as he swallows. I watch the whole scene with a Pepe the Frog face. Ugh, damn. Oink, oink, oink? Oink? What did you smell? Truffles? Should have drunk you as well since you're like oinking. Oink nervously. Oink threateningly. Oink flirtatiously. Oink? Oink? How do you oink flirtatiously? He chokes on the remaining blood in his mouth and coughs. I've never been seduced like that before. Hey! He's into it! Damn pigs, filthy animals. You could have found something better than this crap. I'm sorry, I'm the most pathetic cashier in the world. Excuse me, sir. Something tasty will probably come in later. Feel free to stop by again. This isn't a restaurant for bloodsuckers. Be grateful we even have something left in stock. Whoop! Oh! Excuse me, sir. Something tasty will probably come in later. Feel free to stop by again. Yeah, great. What else will be on the menu? Frog blood? Or maybe opossum blood? Make me a cocktail in advance. I'm not just mixing blood in here for you, you picky eater. All right, to hell with it. Better than nothing. I'm going to rinse off. Might as well wash my mouth too. While he's not here, I have a perfect opportunity to wipe away the bloodstains. I'm just scrubbing a pool of blood on my first day at work. An interesting story for Reddit. A wonderful tale. I'm doing just fine. Nobody has eaten me. Ah! Baby boy is fine. See? Y'all doubted me. Fine. Gorgeous. Y'all had no vision. I did. He's looking so much fresher with the second half of his face, although his expression still resembles that of a constipated owl. I'm into it. I'll just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here with you right now. Oh, yes. Thanks for reminding me that I'm alone in a gas station that caters to monsters. And just so you know, if you try to contact the werewolves, I'll take your head and crush it like a walnut. Ooh, talk dirty to me, baby. I'm David, by the way. A vampire, as you may have already guessed. Okay, David. Hi. Hi, Dave. What an incredibly interesting way to start an acquaintance. Especially that part about the walnut. Let's see. I'm Crystal, like the champagne. Shut up. Okay, wait. I'm gonna save because I want to do that just to see what happens. That's funny. I'm Crystal, like the champagne. Or like a stripper. Cool. Wow. But your badge says Diana. That's her conspiracy. Damn. I keep forgetting about it. Come on. It's not a bad name. I've heard worse. Write something better here if you don't like it. I decide to ponder a more original name in my spare time. Now I have a vampire here, and he's regenerating. Wonderful. The main thing is to not accidentally blurt out something wrong. I need to be friendly. Let's see. Are you sure you're a vampire and not a chupacabra? They drink blood too. Since when do vampires wear leather jackets? Don't you guys prefer capes and ruffles anymore? Thanks for not eating me, David. In reality, you are still a bit shaken from what just happened. Say nothing. What the hell? Flirt! Poorly. Since when do vampires wear leather jackets? Don't you guys prefer capes and ruffles anymore? His face. Ruffles? What the hell is that? I'm no ruffles. What even is that? Some French insult? His expression is as if I suggested he wear a maid's outfit. He'll defend that worn leather monstrosity at the cost of his life. That's obvious. Ruffles are not just a piece of clothing. They're a concentrated strike right at the core of his cool vampire persona. I don't wear any ruffles. I'm just 24 years old. I'm sorry. Really? Did you just turn today? Or what? And how long have you been 24 years old? That part. Very fucking funny. It's been like 24 years. Wait, for real? In all these 24 years, I haven't worn any ruffles. And I'm not going to, ever. Okay, I feel like we've insulted David. I'm not some damn Prince Louis. Are you talking about Louis from Interview with a Vampire? It's painful to watch how people limit themselves and deny themselves simple human happiness, vampire happiness. David slightly grimaces as he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Oh, excuse me. We don't use slurs in my gas station. Probably not all the wounds have healed completely. And does being a vampire doctor fall under my duties? I think Bob said it was mandatory. Let's see. Point at the wound, let me help. Point at the wound. I don't want to help you, but my employment contract. Oh my God, what the fuck? Let me help you, babe. He looks at me skeptically. The offer of help is probably so foreign and unexpected to him that it leaves him momentarily dumbfounded. You what? Oh my God, he liked that. Okay. It would be funny if I could change his clothes. You want to play nurse? Yes. A flicker of confusion is replaced by something more intense. Ooh, he's into it. It's just a couple of scratches and a little piece of ass that will grow back on its own. I'm fine. I'm sorry. A little piece of what? If you don't let yourself be treated, my boss will lock us both in a dimension of horror where we'll be cleaning toilets with a fork for 2,000 years. I see. You're afraid of doctors, huh? Such a tough guy, yet scared of getting treated. You mentioned werewolves. It's probably not just a scratch. Let me try to help, okay? I don't think he likes my teasing very much, so I'm gonna go with that one. Let me help you, okay? I give him a chance to save face. Now we're treating him not because he's a wimp, but because he survived an epic battle. A direct blow to his ego. The guy immediately starts puffing up with pride. His eyes light up, of course. And of course he likes this. I hope I didn't catch rabies. Okay. I decide to remain silent about how he's already pretty rabid. 4 against 1 in a narrow alley. You know, there's a myth about werewolves being damn noble, unlike us bloodsuckers. Well, that's a load of crap. One of them was hiding in a trash can, ready to jump out at me. My heart would have definitely stopped dead if it even still beat. It would have just ripped apart from a freaking heart attack. I'm afraid I'll never be able to take out the trash again without fearing for my life. Judging by that distant look, he's plagued by flashbacks of what he's been through. David awkwardly moves his injured arm. All right, hand over your first aid kit. I'm sure this won't be the last pack I'll have to take down. There are way too many stray dogs around these days. Oh, you killed them all? It's kind of hot. Damn you. Go ahead. Get out your Band-Aids with Dr. Chocula or whatever you're selling. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I didn't know we was getting ditties today, but I'm okay with this. Ooh. David sheds his jacket, shirt, and t-shirt, then settles onto the squeaky stool next to the counter. He's about to face a serious trial, staying in a vulnerable position for a few minutes. For some reason, cruel fate hasn't made him claw-proof. He certainly looks like he was just thrown into a blender. Judging by those bullet scars, he's had quite an interesting past, or maybe he was attacked by werewolf cowboys with guns. Most likely the former. Ooh, by the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. I thought the only doctor available to me now is the coroner. Okay. I'm rummaging through the necromancy kit that was sitting under the counter. It's a heavy military-style metal box with a faded label reading Kit for Alternatively Living Organisms. Inside, besides standard bandages, there are some strange items: silver tweezers, vials of thick, glowing liquid, additional fingers, and of course, an instruction manual. A cheap, laminated brochure stained with something that looks like coffee. In the instructions, the first point states, determine whether you are dealing with a zombie. Ask your alternatively living subject if they ever want to eat someone's brain. Okay, David is clearly not a zombie, but I feel like I should ask, but I also don't. David is clearly not a zombie. Move on to the next point. They did not try to eat brains. He glances skeptically at the pictures flashing in the instructions as I flip it over. Zombies, necromancers, abominations made of bones, flesh, and cabbage swirl in front of his face like a mesmerizing kaleidoscope. And all of this lives in the city sewers? I don't know how you're going to use bathrooms now. Shut up, David. It would be great if he didn't notice that. Why do I have to deal with all of this? I steal a glance at my visitor. I wonder if werewolves just clawed him up or if he managed to kill someone too. My instincts, something out of the Stone Age, suggests that he could have. The guy has a killer gaze. You see someone like him in an alley, your hand automatically reaches for your wallet and phone. I lower my eyes. Next point. Let's establish the nature of the injuries. What kind of wounds could werewolves leave? It's simple. You've got lacerations, claws, teeth, and a bit of saliva, possibly very contagious. It seems the damage was psychological. Tell me about your tragic past, as it says in the handbook. Are you kidding me? That is so friggin' rude. I'm gonna go with the obvious, like keep it simple. David listens to this with the pride of a true soldier. Every word feels like a medal of valor. Something like that. He said it as if he didn't care, but I know better. Stroke his ego. Add at the end, wounds from a real rabid beast, buddy. Shake your head. You really need to stop with these fights. They won't lead to anything good. Stop medical discussions and just move on to the next point. Why not? I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna stroke his ego. Wounds from a real rabid beast, buddy. I'm dying of laughter. Shut up. He chuckles happily, trying to hide a glimmer of pride behind humor, but I won't be fooled. David is no longer just a wounded sucker. He's a true gladiator, having survived a battle with rabid beasts. Absolutely epic. I read through what medication I need and grab the regenerating extract for alternatively living life forms. Now all that's left is to apply the stuff. I dip my fingers in the jar and... oh, he suddenly grabs my hand. Stop. Do something wrong, and I'll rip your tonsils out through your ass. Ooh, kinky. Allow me to do my job, sir. I will be extremely careful. If you touch me, my boss will rip your soul out through your ass. Oh my God. You know, you have this fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You should write scripts for action movies. Oh, wow. I'm gonna stroke his ego. Well, I suppose it's just a matter of experience, probably. And you, well, watch what you're doing, or there will be consequences. Okay, loser. It seems he just heard the best compliment of his life. Ooh, gross. Is it steaming? I apply this black goo to the wound. A puff of steam rises from the wound, and the air starts to smell like something is frying. It's probably very painful, but David remains calm. Not a single complaint, which is surprising. I hope it's not from your squid manager. Well, we all hope for that, buddy. Pour a little more goo on him, restore some justice. Be more careful. Nah, justice. My hand jerks accidentally, and a generous dollop of black goo splats right in the center of the massive wound. The hissing grows louder, and the smoke thickens. David grits his teeth. That's right, buddy. The tough guy is helpless. He can't tell the act of revenge from a medical procedure. The ointment punishes him for all his sins. Oh shit. Oh my God. I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds really are healing. The scars won't beautify this man. Oh my God. He's gorgeous. I want to lick him up and down like a lollipop. Oof. Why are you doing all this? Because you're hot. The question is asked in an astonishingly serious tone. He's driving me crazy, even more than that clown from earlier, it seems. Okay, first off, do not insult my man. Jester was hot, okay? I just want to help. Lie. You want tips and to go home, play The Sims, and watch stupid shows. I just want to help. Truth. You're an angel of mercy from a dirty gas station. Wow. These are my work obligations. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't bother with you. All right, I'm going to say I actually wanted to help, you know? Why? David is confused. In his system of beliefs, action always equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into that flawless, long-running mechanism. He's all of 24 years old, so how long is that? Can't watch someone suffer. Let's just say I have a certain fetish. I knew it from the very beginning, doll. Oh, the pet names are taking me out. You clearly have a few screws loose in your head if you get pleasure from this. I won't even bother asking what those fetishes are. You should. I just want to sleep in my coffin without any nightmares. Aw, David. All right, move on. Screw this. I honestly don't care what's going on in your head. This is the most unconvincing lie I've ever heard in my life. He clears his throat. Thanks. What? Am I hearing things? I thought he didn't know such words. I'm even afraid to breathe, so I don't scare off this rare, exotic display of politeness. He says that word as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. Ooh, why you put your shirt back on, baby? Just a couple more seconds and he's back in front of the counter. So the client is fed, clean, and healed, and yet he's still here, not putting any money on the counter. And the tip jar is lacking. I look at him. He's supposed to be full of energy, but instead he looks lost. David is deep in thought, in that dark, gloomy little place that occupies his mind. Are you planning to pitch a tent here? Can I do anything else for you, sir? Have you decided to eat me after all? Shut up. This isn't the best place to crash, buddy, but there's a vampire hotel 2 blocks down. Let's see. Are you planning on pitching a tent? David snorts, hearing the impatience in my voice. What, already tired of my company, doll? Oh my god, stop with the nicknames. Oh my gosh, it's kinda hot. You should always assume that a game is gonna be horny. Regardless of what the title says, I will find a way to be thirsty while playing. I leave when I want to leave, and I don't want to yet. I'm curious about one thing. I haven't talked to a regular human in a long time. I wonder, by regular human, does he mean my extremely natural essence? I'm no vampire, werewolf, or thieving gnome. Or does he mean my lack of a criminal record and absence of drug or alcohol dependency? Or maybe he's looking for the perspective of an ordinary worker, a working class person, a gray collar. Does your face always look that funny when you're thinking about something? Shut up. I don't even get a chance to respond to his jab before he follows up. Let's conduct an experiment. Suppose you're now a free vampire, able to go wherever you want. Do whatever you want. Where would you go? Ooh, wow. David looks at me expectantly. What kind of superpowers do vampires have? What weaknesses will I have? And who were you before the fight? Can you find anyone who wronged you in life and get revenge? Ooh, I like that. A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire. Who vamped you? Wow. Wrap it up. I'm ready to tell you my decision. Let's see. Oh, I guess we can ask all these questions. Let's see. What kind of superpowers do I have as a vampire? A whole lot. We're practically a superhero league. I'm sure it never crossed your mind that in reality, bloodsuckers can be way scarier than in sappy movies for girls. Okay, shut up, loser. Looks like he's watched Twilight. Interesting. Some of us not only drink human blood, but also capture people to experiment on them. Really? They turn human bodies into real nightmares of flesh and bones. Dr. Moreau couldn't even imagine. Ooh, okay, that's actually kind of cool. And there are vampire sorcerers who can rip your soul out of your body and make you work for them for eternity, literally. Seems like I already have one of those sorcerers. His name is Bob. He's checking his bills. There he is. Wonder what inner strength it took David not to flinch. And there are those who can make your head explode, literally, with just a glance. Oh, that's freaking wicked. Bite me, David. But not all of us are such wicked bastards. We don't even have to kill a person to eat. Just drink a little instead of gorging yourself like a pig at the trowel. But some don't care. They just drain all the blood and splash it everywhere. The forensic team is baffled why the person turned into a sprinkler before dying. That's real. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. Okay. And which of these do you have? Let me guess. None? That's so fucking rude. Can vampires open beer cans with their minds? Wow. And which of these do you have? I've got a decent list of what I can do. I'm not complaining. Okay. Imagine it. You never get tired. You can party all night long. Fuck all night long. Okay. You happy at option 3? You're stronger than 10 thugs combined. Well, except for 10 werewolf thugs. That might take some effort. If you want to shrink down and fly somewhere, you can turn into a tiny bat. Aw. Your reflexes become 100 times sharper. You feel everything. You see everything. You can hear a rat piss a block away. That doesn't sound fun. I don't want to hear what rats are up to. Actually, let them continue. And finally, you can make people do anything you want. Absolutely anything. Oh? Are you sure the last one is due to your vampirism and not just because they're scared you'll beat them up? Ooh, the temptation. David lets out a sharp, raspy laugh. You're right. Most law-abiding citizens avoid me by 100 miles. It's a working strategy in most cases, but sometimes you need a subtle approach, you know? The word subtle from this guy sounds almost comical. It's one thing to scare someone shitless. They give in just to avoid being harmed. It's another when they act with full confidence that it's what they want. Oh, I mean, that's gotta be a power trip. They don't even realize they're just vampire pawns now. Yes, I think I get it. He pulled that trick on me too. David smiles, but this time the smile is strained. These are the words of someone stuck in a web of artificial connections and ass-related threats. Fear and supernatural compulsion aren't the best foundations for a strong friendship. David, you're a creature stuck in a web of artificial connections. Wait, really? Really? Your whole life is based on a lie. I can enchant friends for myself? Wonderful. Or make someone give me their wallet. I don't know. Does he want this pointed out or not? I don't think so. Let's go with option 2. I can enchant my friends for myself. Wonderful. Or make someone give me their wallet. He lets out a quiet chuckle. Well, not exactly friends, more like underlings. Okay. You can hatch all sorts of cunning plans with human politicians or, well, pay no rent. The last part sounds like music to my ears. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. Can vampires open beer cans with their minds? Yeah, can they? Oh, they sure can, but they can't drink beer afterwards, which sucks because what's the point in opening it if you can't drink it? When I was just recently turned, about 2 years ago, I tried to eat spaghetti. Not the smartest decision. Oh, honey. And what happened? Got it. I don't want to know what happened with your spaghetti. I want to know something else. What happened? I threw up further than I could see, puking out blood and meatballs, left some graffiti and a bit of pasta on the wall. That sounds nasty. The guy who cleaned it up probably thought a whole spaghetti monster exploded in that alley. Mamma mia, no more pasta, pizza, no delicious food? That's terrible. Giving up human food is a small price for immortality. Exactly, drinking blood is great. I could do it my whole life. I mean, I will be doing it my whole life, forever. He pretends to be happy living without spaghetti. I haven't seen so much pain in someone's eyes for a long time. Oh, baby. You can still order food delivery, by the way. Just this time, eat the delivery guy. Oh. Okay. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. Okay, back to my questions. Let's see. Why did you watch Twilight? What weaknesses will I have? Yeah, why did you watch Twilight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch emo crap, it's not. I hold a dramatic pause. David looks like a cornered animal. He stares at the floor, then the ceiling, anywhere but at me. Finally, he lets out a loud sigh, filled with disappointment and embarrassment. Fine, damn it. All right, I watched everything. All Twilight movies, watched The Lost Boys, Interview with a Vampire, Blade. You watched all the vampire movies. Why? For research? The idiot who bit me didn't explain anything beyond the basics, like, don't go out in the sun, you little punk. I thought maybe these stupid movies had a clue, you know? Hidden in all that silly romance and melodrama. Most of it turned out to be bullshit. I read legends, searched for info online. As you can imagine, all supernatural beings try not to give themselves away, but sometimes you still stumble upon bits and pieces. That has to suck. You got changed into a vampire, and your sire didn't tell you anything, they just left you out there? That's rude. Or crazies, one or the other. My favorite, by the way, was From Dusk Till Dawn. Too bad vampires don't explode in real life. Okay, shut up. You still haven't told me if you sparkle like Edward Cullen in the sun. Oh my God. I'm gonna piss this man off. Do you sparkle in the sun, David? He takes a deep, ragged breath. No, we don't sparkle. Wanna know what happens if I step in the sun? Yes. I catch fire in the sun, as if someone poured gasoline on me and lit a match. Damn, that's intense. That's cold-blooded. Do you know what that smells like? Like fried chicken. It's a nasty, excruciating final death. Very brutal. I mean, if it smells like fried chicken though, that sounds tasty. Imagine the smell and slowly lick your lips. Hot mint. He's gonna kill me. Oh my God, I'm gonna lick my lips. Hot man. His face. He's like, what the fuck? What the hell is wrong with you? I don't know, so much. David has clearly dealt with violence, drugs, and monsters, but a cashier craving fried vampire is clearly too much for him. You know, I've seen a lot of crap in my life, but this is the first time I see something like this. Do you have some kind of necro barbecue fetish? No, don't answer me. I don't want to know. I'll just pretend I didn't hear anything. Okay. David looks at me expectantly. All right. And who are you before the bite? He opens his mouth, ready to tell me off or mention something about butts again, but stops himself. Probably his thank you sealed our fragile friendship. I'll tell you, but it's probably not relevant. Okay. Well, it's nothing. I was nobody. Oh. I was just surviving as everything went to hell. Unlike all those bastards born with a silver spoon up their ass. You ever see those happy American families on TV commercials? Yeah. They sit at a table with a bowl of salad, smiling like idiots, and they always have a dog? Well, that wasn't my case. My stepdad was a crazy guy who thought the best birthday gift was a smack on the head. He did teach me how to shoot properly, though. Good for you. I left my family dump early. It's really dumb, but I thought I'd start a band and become a rock star. Oh, that's kind of odd. But as they say, wish in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills up faster. I'm sorry, I love it. I'm here for this. He's so sad. At first, I worked wherever I could, then found some guys to do some shady stuff with. Like butt stuff? Okay. Okay. There aren't many ways to make a living in Los Angeles. Can't exactly work the cash register, right? David jabs again, but without malice. The antisocial environment made him resentful of the middle and upper classes, but it hasn't affected me yet. I wonder why. Yeah, being a gangster would be cool. Doing gangster things, riding motorcycles. Hey, working the cash register isn't so bad. It would be even better without customers like you. That's so funny. Let's see. Yeah, being a gangster would be cool. He lets out a quiet chuckle. Come on, life isn't as fun as it is on TV shows. Mostly we just sold diluted crap to junkies and solved problems. Sometimes no person or no problem, you know? Oh, hiding bodies. I preferred that part about motorcycles. That's it. That's the whole story. Oh, what about you? Oh Lord, this is my chance to make up something cool, or just tell it like it is. I'm a criminal too, best stripper in my gang. I'm now hiding under a fake name in another city and state. Wow. Have a single parent family and an art degree. And no dog. Yeah, let's just tell the truth. He listens to how I ended up in this dump, about my job search and everything else. I didn't sell drugs in alleys, but it seems we still find some common ground. Got it. You're not in your element. David truly understands. Neither he nor I wanted to end up where we are. Neither of us knows what to do next. And we both love cheap noodles, but he can't eat them anymore, so I win. You must be tired of those draw me requests, huh? I would draw you. Oh, like a French girl? Stop flirting with me. He tries to look nonchalant, but his eyes show he's interested. Go ahead, I love beautiful doodles. He says the word doodles with such strange tenderness that it sounds more like a compliment than an insult. I pick up a pencil. Draw something funny. Draw him as he is. I'm gonna draw him as he is. Aw, that's a good drawing. Wow, what a face. I almost forgot what I look like. Bags under my eyes like a junkie. Shut up. Silence hangs in the air while David examines the drawing. He clearly doesn't know how to react to this unexpected little act of normalcy. Looks cool. The last words are spoken in a barely audible, almost reverent whisper, unlike anything I've ever heard from him before. 2 simple words, said with all the sincerity this guy can muster. I can do something too. David takes the pencil from me and with deep concentration, almost sticking out his tongue, scribbles something. Oh wow, is that what we look like? I look like a white girl. Love that for me. I never would have thought this guy was capable of that. Wow. Maybe he looks so pretty. David clears his throat, embarrassed. Nothing special, just a doodle. I was into it a bit when I was a kid, comics, all that stuff. Nothing serious. I take the drawing for myself. All right, where were we? David looks at me expectantly. All right, let's see. A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire, who vamped you. Wow, that's crazy. What weaknesses will I have? Well, no more tanning, no reflections in mirrors. If you were ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You can enter without an invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Holy water is trickier, depends on the situation. A stake works, but piercing your chest would be quite the challenge. Piercing any part of you is quite the challenge, actually. Our skin is like steel, unless a particularly persistent werewolf comes along. Well, at least you can enter without an invitation. No need for unnecessary chit-chat with people, that part. Right? Like, I did not expect David to be able to draw. Crazy work. David looks at me expectantly. Okay, can you find everyone who wronged you in life and get revenge? Yeah, a lot of people think about that first. But it's a bad idea to leave a trail of bodies of people you were somehow connected to. That's fair. And your head quickly fills with other things like, well, the fact that you're dead and it's forever. Oh, so after you'd been turned, you didn't find everyone who bullied you in school and beat them up? Huh. So you didn't do that? I usually beat him up right at the school. All right. You might think I was some kind of bully, constantly pulling pranks, but I was actually quiet in class. Just messing around at the back of the class like an invisible man. Until some jerk started picking on me. Once I smashed a globe over the guy's head because he mocked my sneakers. Hey! That's right. That is the only way to retaliate to insults. Beat their asses. As if wearing clothes from Walmart made me worse than them. That's messed up, David. Good thing we don't have globes here. David looks at me expectantly. All right. A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me. Got it. He doesn't answer right away, just furrows his brow. Several long minutes pass in silence. Some old stinking jerk. Okay. A lot is mixed into those 4 words. It's as if he both hates and mourns the old jerk. Probably that guy wasn't a contender for Father of the Year. I wait for him to continue, but he remains silent. He looks like an angry cornered dog. It's unlikely he'll speak up on his own. Okay. And what did your old stinking jerk do? Don't call him that, damn it. Don't you dare. Okay, my bad. The rage in his eyes shifts to confusion, just for a brief moment before he looks away. I mean, yeah, call him whatever you want, including an old stinking jerk. I will not. So what did he do? That jerk suffered from power seizures. That's all there is to say about him. Okay. No amount of booze could erase what that damn villain did in my memory. Wow. I suppose all old vampires are like that. It seems he won't tell me more about his vampire dad. Yikes. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm ready to tell you my decision. Excellent. He leans in a little closer. When suddenly... Oh no! It's a werewolf! Oh, look at the bat. I don't even have time to blink before David vanishes. Now he's a little bat hiding behind the counter. Oh my god, is that David? So freaking cute! Oh, it's adorable. Hold on. Why is he so tiny? Hold on, let me make this smaller. That's crazy work. So little. He's even got little shades. Listen up. Don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave, or you'll feel incredibly shitty, okay? Trust me, if you rat me out to that mutt, I'll find a way to get out and twist your head off. Okay. The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because his voice now comes from a very small, though angry bat. Werewolf. A werewolf is about to come in here now? Oh, sweet Jesus. That is terrifying, actually. Oh, it's a good boyo. Good evening, ma'am. Oh, hi. A low rumbling bass, surprisingly calm and friendly. Can I pet you? Oh! I'm not sure I understood you correctly. You want to pet me? Yes, I do. He awkwardly shifts from paw to paw. That's very unexpected, and of course, flattering, ma'am. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of on duty, tracking the supernatural. Can I pet you, please? Oh. All right, you can, but just a little. I still have important business. Oh my god, I get to pet the werewolf. Ah, so cute. I reach out and pet him. The fur is warm, soft, and thick. I immediately feel a low vibration. The werewolf is quietly, silently purring. Oh! At first, it's a barely noticeable movement, but then his short, fluffy tail starts to wag slowly but confidently from side to side. Oh my god. He's a good boy. A very, very big but good boy. He deserves praise. I'm the Princess Mononoke of this gas station. Although David doesn't seem thrilled, I pull my hand back. David is like, what the hell are you doing? Look at his little face. Thank you, ma'am. It's been a while since I've been... Anyway, thank you. So, getting back to the purpose of my visit. Okay. Apologies for this sudden intrusion. Oh my god, their name is Eddie? Edward, you can just call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, have you? You know, young, a bit scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our packs nearly took out a vampire sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. We tried to track them and found one of them, well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay. Oh my god. It seems one bloodsucker offed the other when he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking. Oh my god! It seems patricide has occurred. David did not tell me anything about that. Look at the panic on David's face. Probably that's why he had all those questions about vampirism. He was trying to get advice on where to go next after killing his creator, but in a completely idiotic way. You see, ma'am, vampires are parasites on the body of our society. They drink blood like mosquitoes, but unlike mosquitoes, they kill their victims by draining them dry. Okay? They languish in boredom with their immortality and thus destroy human destinies, play with them, torment them, and derive a semblance of pleasure from their suffering. Okay, could you not say that so loudly? Because David is like, I'm about to beat that ass. They are devoid of true feelings. Shh, David, keep it cool. I look at David, devoid of any feelings. He's shaking all over. So I would be extremely grateful for any help. Blackmail David, slowly glance at the tip jar, then briefly meet David's eyes, hinting he owes a tip. That part. Grab David and hand him over to the werewolf. Let the wolf leave a tip. That's cold-blooded. Okay, I do need money. I'm not gonna give him away. That bastard threatened me 5 minutes ago, but now he's small, trembling, and helpless. He's my bastard. I force a smile and say I haven't seen anything. A quiet, peaceful night. Eddie examines me closely. He is probably catching a faint scent of blood, but my calm demeanor throws him off. Strange. Well, okay. If he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't be far away from here. Good night, ma'am. So polite. The werewolf goes off to its important wolf business. David crawls out from his hiding spot. You could have turned me in. I could have. He stares into my eyes as if trying to peer into my soul and understand what it's made of. And that would have been the sensible decision. Shut up. But I'm glad you're not one of those sensible ones. David says this with genuine relief in his voice. He's grateful to me and now doesn't quite know what to do with that gratitude. He clears his throat awkwardly. So, what's the answer to my question? What would you do if you were a vampire? His gaze reminds me of a lost fighting dog. Without a master, he's restless and can't find his place. What an advisor he picked. May the Lord help him. I take everything life has to offer. Travel, entertainment, new experiences. The world is full of wonders. And when you're immortal, all doors are open to you. I just surf the internet, decay, and rot. Nothing would change. One could enslave humanity, or at least one neighborhood in the city. Wow. You could learn so many things, read so many books, even learn to play a saxophone. I mean, that would actually be kind of cool. As much as I'd love to say options 1 and 4, I feel like I'd probably just surf the internet all day. Like real shit. But I'm gonna go with option 1. It seems fun. He chuckles. Oh, still waters run deep and all that? Pity the road of adventure led you to a stinky gas station. Maybe you're right. The world isn't limited to this lousy town. He says this quietly, almost to himself, looking out the window at the dark, empty highway. As if he's just remembered there's something beyond this cage of alleyways and gangland showdowns. Here for future adventures? David is about to turn around and leave when he suddenly stops. He pulls a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket, scribbles a number on it, and leaves it on the table next to my hand. But just as I reach for it, his hand covers mine, pressing it to the table. Ooh, we got them digits! His skin feels cold, rough from barely visible scars and blisters. This grave-like chill sharply contrasts with the warmth of my own hand. I feel a slight tingling like static electricity. Call me if you need a ride from work. I've got a couple of ideas for what we could do before dawn. Oh! See you. David says goodbye and leaves. The gas station sinks into absolute silence. Well, that was quite an interesting encounter. I really could have turned him in, but I didn't want to. Hang the drawing on the wall. For someone obsessed with ass-related threats, surprisingly, his hands are quite skilled. Now I also have a date invitation from a guy who wanted to make me his dinner half an hour ago. I don't even know what's worse, this or the offer to go home in a bone carriage. Though something tells me that if I accept, I might not return home at all. I survived another visitor. It seems I'm starting to get used to this job. Wiping off the sticky residue, hoping it was just spilled soda from the counter, I suddenly hear the crunch of gravel outside. Right. So I'm gonna save here. So we got David! Yay! All right, so that was the second playthrough of Don't Eat the Cashier. We successfully romanced/befriended David the vampire, and I'm still in love with Darren. Darren is still my favorite. I don't know, the crazy jester was just doing it for me. But I liked David. David was sweet and cute, and I love that he could draw. Like, that was very unexpected. Thank you all so much for coming through. I hope you had fun with the stream. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods, and I will catch you all next time. All right, y'all.